Welcome back. December 7th, 1941. That's a date that should mean something to every American, even if they weren't around to live it. But in the event that date somehow doesn't ring a bell, here's 17's Robert Price with a history lesson.
It's been 80 years since that day of infamy, and more it seems as though Pearl Harbor fades from our collective living memory. That's why events like the one Tuesday at Union Cemetery almost take on an urgency. There were no hints of politics or partisanship, no historical analysis, only a respectful, somber tone of remembrance and honor at the historic Southeast Bakersfield Cemetery, where about 100 people braved a chilly late autumn wind to commemorate that day, December 7th, 1941, exactly 80 years to the minute after the surprise attack on the country's westernmost Pacific Island military outpost. Some 2,400 Americans, military and civilian, died in the attack. Sandra Fuller's father, Marine Corps Private Russell McCurdy, was serving aboard the USS Arizona as an orderly to Rear Admiral Isaac Kidd. He had just come off watch and was washing up to go on liberty.
He was going to get off the ship, and then the plane started, and he went right back up to the crow's nest. He said it was like them being dice in a cup. They were just bouncing all over. He did have to climb down and jump in the water, and everything was on fire, and he saw terrible things.
Admiral Kidd stayed in the crow's nest and died that day. Stuart Seiden's father, Hy Seiden, conducted the annual Pearl Harbor Memorial at Union Cemetery for more than 20 years. After the Japanese attack that day in 1941, he manned anti-aircraft guns on the north shore of Oahu for a month.
Figured when he got leave, he'd go back to Honolulu and visit his commanding officer. And when he walked in the door there, his commanding officer says, "Where the hell have you been?" And he says, "You get on the phone right now and you call your mother and let her know that you're okay," because they had, said that he was missing in action.
It was, no doubt, an emotional moment. They come every year here and across the nation to remember those we lost in battle that day, as well as those who escaped, only to live with the dark memories. The burden of Pearl Harbor was heavy for all who served there.
They weren't necessarily special people, but they were.
Only about 75 Pearl Harbor survivors remain today in the U.S., but their children and grandchildren are still here, and they're not forgetting. Their message to the rest of us: you can't forget either.
Even now, since he passed, I still like to go because it kind of keeps him alive in my heart. Especially
one day Pearl Harbor will seem like Gettysburg or some other famous battle in American history. But for now, we still have people who remember it, and they are not going to let us forget Pearl Harbor. At Union Cemetery, Robert Price, 17 News.